Some rivalries define generations, Magic versus Bird, Marvel versus DC, but in the world of hip-hop, no feud was more explosive, tragic, and culture-shifting than Tupac Shakur versus the Notorious B.I.G. This isn't just a story about two rap icons. It's about friendship turned betrayal, a beef that divided coasts and the industry forces that escalated it into something deadly. How did two close friends become bitter enemies? Who was really behind their murders? And was hip-hop itself to blame? Let's break down the full story, from brotherhood to bloodshed, and how these two legends changed music forever. Before the headlines, before the beef, there was respect. Tupac Shakur, born in 1971, was raised by Black Panther activists and shaped by struggle. His mother, Afeni Shakur, instilled in him a deep sense of justice, rebellion, and artistic expression. He was a poet, an actor, and eventually a revolutionary rapper. Christopher Wallace, aka Biggie Smalls, was born in 1972 in Brooklyn, New York. Unlike Tupac, Biggie didn't grow up around revolutionaries. He grew up on the streets. While Tupac rapped about revolution, Biggie painted raw, unfiltered portraits of hustling and survival. Two different worlds, but both were destined for greatness. In 1993, they met in Los Angeles. The chemistry was instant. Biggie admired Tupac's wisdom and industry knowledge. Pac saw Biggie's talent and even invited him on stage. For a moment, hip-hop was united. Then, everything changed. November 30th, 1994. Tupac walks into Quad Recording Studios in Manhattan, expecting to record a verse for Little Sean, an artist connected to Bad Boy Records. But before he can even step inside, gunmen ambush him in the lobby. They demand his jewelry. Tupac resists. 5 shots. Somehow, Tupac survives. But when he looks up, he sees something that shakes him to his core. Biggie and Puffy are upstairs, watching, not helping. Tupac recovers, but he's never the same. He becomes paranoid, angry, and convinced that Biggie and Bad Boy had something to do with the attack. Biggie denies it, but Tupac isn't convinced. The seeds of war are planted. By 1995, the beef was no longer personal. It had become a movement. Tupac, fresh out of jail, signs with Death Row Records, led by Suge Knight, a man known for his ruthless nature and hatred for Bad Boy Records. Then came the Source Awards, 1995. Suge Knight gets on stage and takes a direct shot at Puff Daddy. If you don't want the executive producer dancing in all your videos, come to Death Row. The crowd erupts. The East versus West battle is now a full-blown war. Tupac fires the first major shot. In 1996, he drops Hit 'Em Up, one of the most brutal diss tracks in history. First off, and the click you claim. He claims he slept with Biggie's wife, Faith Evans. The media eats it up. Fans pick sides. Hip-hop is no longer just about music, it's a battleground. And then, everything spirals out of control. September 7th, 1996. Tupac is in Las Vegas with Suge Knight, celebrating a Mike Tyson fight. After the match, he gets into a fight with Orlando Anderson, a suspected Crips gang member. Hours later, Tupac and Suge drive down the Las Vegas Strip. At a red light, a white Cadillac pulls up beside them. Gunfire erupts. Tupac is hit 4 times. For 6 days, he clings to life. But on September 13, 1996, at 25 years old, Tupac takes his last breath. The hip-hop world is in shock. Was it a gang hit, a setup by Suge Knight, a deeper industry conspiracy? No one knows for sure, but before the world could recover from Tupac's death, it happened again. March 9, 1997. Biggie is in Los Angeles promoting his album Life After Death. After leaving a Vibe magazine party, his SUV stops at a red light. A black Chevy Impala pulls up. Gunshots. Biggie is hit 4 times. He's dead at 24. 2 young kings, both gunned down in public, 6 months apart. Both murders remain unsolved. Decades later, no one has been officially charged. But the theories? Plenty. Some believe Orlando Anderson ordered the hit on Tupac as revenge for the MGM fight. He was killed 2 years later in a gang shooting. Others think Suge Knight had Tupac killed to stop him from leaving death row. Some believe Suge orchestrated Biggie's murder to throw off suspicion. And then there's the conspiracy that the FBI saw hip-hop as too powerful and that there was a deeper plot to silence them both. One thing is certain, hip-hop lost its 2 greatest voices. Tupac and Biggie weren't just rappers, they were poets, revolutionaries, storytellers. Tupac's music fuels movements. Songs like Changes and Keep Ya Head Up still inspire millions. Biggie's storytelling remains unmatched. Tracks like Juicy and Big Papa defined an era. Their deaths forced hip-hop to confront its own toxicity. The East Coast versus West Coast war, it died with them. But their legacy? Immortal. So, who was greater? Tupac, the fearless rebel with a poet's heart? Biggie, the lyrical genius who painted vivid pictures? The truth is, it doesn't matter, because in the end, they weren't just rivals. They were brothers in a shared struggle, and though they left us too soon, their music ensures they will never be forgotten. What do you think? Who was the greatest, Tupac or Biggie? Like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into hip-hop's biggest legends.